And the client's like, let's go look at it right now. There's some magic in speed delete, isn't there, Halls?
There is. I haven't been able to connect with her on the phone, and all I've known is that she wants a 4 bedroom on the south side. And so I sent her a screenshot of the first one when I was playing with Final Offer yesterday that was in on the south side, and she's like, "Oh my God, I want to go see it like now."
Daddy, I want a golden goose and I want it now. All right. Many of you don't know that reference because you don't know who Veruca Salt is.
Willy Wonka. You
All right.
lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. I said good day. All right. Next, what's your win? Celebration? Something you're just dang proud of. You know what? Maybe you're not dang proud of it. Maybe you're just like, maybe a little proud of it.
I told you I was going to get a listing yesterday. Got a listing yesterday.
Attaboy, Jimmy.
I close on a difficult transaction tomorrow.
Is this the Salt Tower?
No, that's the other one.
Oh, okay.
The one that doesn't read their contracts.
Ooh, my favorite. Blind ignorance. All right, next. Next.
I close salty on Monday.
Fuck yeah, you do. Are you excited? I'm excited.
So excited.
So excited. Okay. I don't want Apple Music. I already have Apple Music.
I was
Okay.
able to get 2 videos done with my videographer in a really short amount of time because we had a different appointment. And that only happens because I've been practicing on camera. Okay. So I'm really happy about that.
Gabby, are you at the airport?
I am.
Getting ready for the family reunion.
I'm jealous. I wish I was going.
Next
Same.
year. Goal for
Oh,
next year, guys. Let's go.
We wish you were going too.
I wanted to go this year, but I'm too pregnant.
Me too.
Me
I'm
three.
30 weeks. I'm 30 weeks, guys.
I don't know what that means.
I think that's exciting or
So exciting.
scary.
I'm
I got 10
37
more
years.
weeks.
How many more weeks?
I have 10 more.
10 more? So it's 40, right? 40-ish.
I just had a baby.
There you go, Rachel. We didn't know. Congrats.
She's 2 months old. I just mentioned it because Jessica said she's pregnant, and so good. May everything go well and easy pregnancy and easy labor and delivery and healthy mother and healthy baby to you.
All about it. Okay. I want to show you guys something. Are you ready? Can I have 5 minutes of your attention? We're going to listen to something together.
I have ADD. I don't know if you'll get that, but we'll try.
We'll work on it together. How's that?
5 minutes. That's a lot to ask.
You're a lot to ask.
It's true.
Okay, listen.
Hey Dan, how's it going? It's Denise with Real.
Hi.
We spoke earlier.
Like
We went to
Was it
Yeah,
amazing?
she liked
Was
it.
the best ever?
So much so, like there's none like it out there.
Oh, that's gross. It's terrible.
No.
It's disgusting inside. It needs a lot of work.
So I'm curious. I've got like a ton of questions. Do you have time?
Okay.
Yeah?
It's got 4 minutes. Make them count.
Okay. All right. Would your seller consider removing the trailer altogether?
Nope. Not at all.
Why not?
Because he doesn't want to pay to do it.
Okay. How about what if would the seller be willing to negotiate the price so that we could do it?
I mean, I think everything's negotiable.
Okay. And you said the seller carried back.
Okay, we're a minute into the call. Is this agent prepared to have that conversation?
Not at all.
No. No.
Negative.
Definitely not. That
You're
sounds like somebody
silly.
I work with.
Okay.
Terms would be 20% down.
Yep. Minimum 20% down. 6% 15-year repayment.
Okay, and then which lot is the one that's adjacent to it?
To the right. Which lot is adjacent to it? It's the one that
Like
shares the
which
same
one is?
driveway you pulled into. To the left.
Oh, okay. To the
Okay. So for context, the MLS listing says seller also owns adjacent lot, possibly open to selling both.
left. All right.
Yeah.
And how much does he want for it?
For what?
For the lot, for the second lot.
I don't know yet. It's not really decided. So he wants to see how this sale goes first. Why is your
Well, does he want
client
to sell it
thinking
or
about
not
buying
really?
both? He wants to sell the lot that's listed, but
Okay, well, I thought it was an option. That's why I was asking to also include the adjacent lot.
yeah. But what's your client wanting to spend?
Well, that's why I'm asking. How much does your client want to sell it for?
As like I said, it's an option. So if the buyer wants to buy it, you're gonna have to put an offer in front of him that makes him want to say yes.
All right. Well, we can't really work with that.
I want to
I
sell it for
mean,
this.
no, that's
Yeah, you
fine.
can.
Hey, listen, I can't work with that. I need.
If your
I
buyer
need
wants to put an offer, that's what you want to do.
Well, we're not going to put in an offer if we don't have some sort of figure. Like, we need something to work with
That is
where we can
unfortunate.
negotiate. Yeah. I mean, you've had it on the
Putting
market
out-
for a
you're putting
minute.
out the you're putting
Okay.
God, that's
What's your-
only halfway.
Oh my god. Okay. We haven't really gotten to a peak point, but what do you see in the conversation? What's happening?
She's getting irritated. She's letting her emotions take over because she's frustrated that you're not giving her an exact number.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants you to throw out a number.
Right.
This
Now,
is
in
bold.
negotiation, what is that called?
Weakness.
Anchoring. Right. I'm not giving up a number. Right. In negotiation, if you don't have a listed price, if you don't have an offered price, do you put out the first number?
Nope,
No.
never.
No.
Why?
Because then they're just going to negotiate from there.
I would. I'd tell you $5.
Right.
So Christina knows the game though. She knows, give me something. Give me something. And you're right. She got frustrated as soon as I wouldn't give her that. Now wait. Did we all hear? The recording got a little overstepped because it's like blending it. It was words, response, word, response, word, response, and not all blended together. I was driving too, so I was distracted. So I probably wasn't in the best position to have that conversation. But I mean, I didn't think it'd be hypercritical. Now, did you guys hear? Oh, we can't work with that. That's okay. Did we hear the hostile change in her tone?
Yep.
Right.
Definitely.
All right. Let's continue.
putting out the first offer.
Yeah.
You're putting out the first offer.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. There's lots more that we
This-
can look
this
at,
may,
you know?
This may not be the first time you've ever done this, and it may not be the last time, but the listing price is for the listed property that you guys saw. Now the property next to it is an option to sell it, but he's not going to put a price tag on it because he doesn't know if he really wants to sell it. But if someone brought him an offer and said, hey, I would buy both for X, it would give him a reason to think. But am I going to shoot that first number out there? No.
Okay, well, I'm not either. I mean, I could show her 10 other lots before, you know, we even decide to maybe put in an offer on this. I don't know.
Okay. Have we moved past collaboration into combativeness?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Well, there. I can show her 10 other houses before we put an offer on this. Is that
they want to do homework?
right? It also, you see how she's trying to get my emotions to spike?
Yeah, she's
I
trying to
don't-
get you to argue with her.
Yep.
I don't know. I see a different take on it.
Okay, we'll get to your point.
So maybe we'll go that route.
What's your take, Christina?
My take is I think she was trying to be cooperative up front. It sounds like she's writing as she's asking questions, getting like some preliminary info. and it sounds like, because you know me, I love to shoot people straight, and I love you, Dan. Sounds like you were not very cooperative from the start. Like it feels like she's trying to like be friendly, but you were a little bit curt, like right from the beginning.
Okay. So one person feels it was curt from the beginning. Now, backlog, we've had 5 conversations, and 4 of those conversations, she's been an absolute troll to me. So this is me just talking to her because she's like, well, the house is sharp. Okay. The lot's garbage. Okay. It's on a dirt road. Okay. Like, there's always some issue that I can't control. Now,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Now, she was asking me, oh, what's the best deal you can do? What's the best price you can do? And she's doing her job there, but she's getting shut down constantly. Now, do I need to be collaborative and say, hey, this is what he'll take. This is the absolute deal he'll take? Because I've already told her 5 times that he won't remove the trailer. It's land only. It's not being sold as a residential unit. The house needs to be torn, or the trailer needs to be taken away. So that's when she was like, well, will he take it away? No.
Okay. I thought this was your first conversation.
Oh, no, sis. This is our 5th.
No, I think regardless of whether what conversation it was, that she just doesn't sound very experienced, and you sound way more. I didn't even know it was you at first, Dan, and you sound just like. And I think that the tone, part of her inexperience shows in the tone that when she started, you didn't like really throw off any. You weren't like super nice, but you weren't like kind of rude, or you didn't. And she kind of made like a rude comment. I feel like she was the first to, and that's unprofessional.
Yeah. In negotiations and conversation, I will always be more on the friendly side because I know that I can play friendly without getting taken advantage of. But the moment someone crosses into a disrespectful territory, or they're trying to spike my emotions so I say something wrong, I firm up. And that's what you guys are hearing. You're used to a more playful, floaty, interactive version of me versus one that's just, I'm following a process to keep my seller protected. And she's doing a great job trying to get me to say something that she can then, he said you'll sell it for this much. No.
Great job isn't the word I would have used.
This, I thought this was my conversation. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be put on the spot.
No, I won't share your guys' calls unless you want me to. We can talk about it. But the conversation continues further. And I said, I've been in this business a long time, and there's time to time when sellers will do this. And I'm sorry that he's not going to even. When I said that, I was like, I've been in this business a long time, and that was the message. She goes, well, congratulations to you. I'm like, I don't know why we're being hostile. She goes, you tell me why we're being hostile. You're the one that raised your voice too. I was like, well, let me tell you, this call's being recorded, and I can send it to you if you want. She's like, fine, you go back and listen to it. I don't know why we're having this conversation. I was like, because you haven't hung up yet. I was like, if you guys want to put in an offer, fantastic. If you don't, fantastic. I wish the best for you and your buyer.
It's kind of wild she didn't already look up the other parcel like before she went there to know exactly which one it was.
It's like she didn't do her homework, because I've had something like that, but I did my homework. I found out what parcel it was, how big the parcel is, and it wasn't listed on market. But I did my homework before I even called the listing agent.
Yeah, but you said you had that mentioned somewhere, right, Dan, that he'd possibly interested or had previously stated that to her?
Yeah, and told her that the parcel next door, so they're almost identical.
I was going to say they're the same size.
They're 0.85 acres, and they both have a single wide trailer on them, almost identical. One has a fence. That's it. Now, I wanted to showcase that because as a buyer's agent, you've got a listing agent. Are they going to give you all the keys to the castle? Sometimes, actually.
They should, but sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes you'll ask the right questions to get the right information, and you can glean an insight. I've got a grumpy-ass old man that owns 53 different lots in Picture Rocks. He just wants to sell this one. Is he in a hurry to sell? No. So she used some strategy. Now, I don't want to bash her and say, well, she's a terrible agent, she's inexperienced, she's young. No. She was doing what she thought was best, and that was to ask questions, to spike emotions, to create scarcity mindset, right? Well, I could go show 10 other houses, which is a breakdown of, hey, I've got a buyer now. We looked at your house or your property. We want to make an offer. You should be bowing at my feet to give me everything I want to put an offer in. Well, the truth being, I have 4 offers on this place. Not once did I ask, right? She called me and said, is your seller willing to sell or finance? It says it in the listing. The terms are in the listing. But the breakdown happens because ego got involved on both sides. I was not in a headspace to take the call. She wasn't prepared to have a conversation with me. But the breakdown happens in every phone call because we're not prepared to have the conversation. Like, I laugh at myself when I listen to that call because she's all, how much does he want for it? I'm all, what? And then my brain caught up. Oh, we're talking about the adjacent lot. Right? I want to showcase that I've done millions of these calls, and I'm still sometimes in traffic driving at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, kind of distracted. But did my emotions ever get out of line? That's where you've got to practice. Because people are going to say some stuff to you that's going to spike your goat. You're going to be on one side or the other. Either you're the buyer's agent talking to a jerk of a seller's agent, or vice versa. You're the listing agent, you got a jerk of a buyer's agent. We've got a buyer's agent now that we're working on that is the definition of condescending. He called Mikey, then called me, then called the broker, not realizing it was me, all within 6 minutes.
That's hilarious. What did he say when he got you? What happened?
A month later from the last interaction where he was supposed to reschedule for his client.
Oh yeah, because he's at the property. He's like, we're at the property. We need the code to get in. And the last communication was a month ago saying, hey, and Mike had everything set up. It was, I'll have to reschedule. So he sends us a text, right? Send the text, gives a call. Mike and I are in the same meeting. Right? Text call. The funny thing is, he calls the front desk. I need to speak to the broker. I've got a problem with this agent. And she's all, and Valeria's like, yeah, no problem. And texts me. Hey, this guy's looking for you. Says he can't get a hold of you. Said he called you twice. I'm all, I've been sitting in front of my computer for the last 4.5 hours. No call. No text. And then both the calls and the text registered. I'm like, that was 6 minutes ago. And then the funniest thing, he just bashes Mike the whole time. I'm a certified this, I'm a licensed that. Okay, dude, great. If this house has all these problems, don't buy it. Oh, well, this is going to need to be fixed, and that's going to need to get changed, and that's going to get replaced, and this needs to be dropped. Okay. I hope that you communicate that with your buyer. Don't expect the seller to do it because you want it done.
Yeah, basically it was, we're not sure if we're going to, if the seller's not willing to address these items, we're not sure if it's worth the time to put in an offer. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll talk to them about it, but
absolutely,
that's all I can do. I mean.
But it comes from the same place, right? He came in like a bulldog, riding a bulldozer with a bullhorn, towing a bull in a china shop. Just aggressive for no reason. And I don't care who you are. You could be Mahatma Gandhi. If someone comes at you with aggression right away, it puts you on your heels, puts you in a defensive mode. So in person, on the phone, 2 of the most important opportunities for you to check your tone. Now, I hope you see these as lessons in learning because Christina's right. Collaborative is good. She is a hard-nosed negotiator. She's straight and forward. She just gets after it. But she tries to find a win-win. I'm not going to tell you. Agents like that tend to not like agents that will stonewall or not answer, right? We've had a couple that have worked with a listing or a buyer side that doesn't respond. Now, if that's part of their plan, fantastic. Or if it's just their crappy processes, that's also fine. We just have to work around it. But your job as a real estate professional is to provide guidance and insight to your agent, or sorry, to your client as their agent. So if you're not getting an answer, tell them, hey, you know what? I didn't get a straight answer on what the seller wants to take for that additional lot. What's it worth to you?
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of seems like a little bit of an injustice to the buyer whenever she's like, oh, well, I can just take them to 10 other properties. And it's like, okay, but if they're showing interest in that one, wouldn't you rather go back and talk to your buyer and like, say, hey, can we come up with something, instead of just being like, I feel like just how she handled it was kind of an injustice to her client.
And she was trying to come from a place of, I know better than you know. For my client, I just want to give them an answer, which is, I would say it's kind of an injustice because now you're alienating the agent on the other side. I've been in this business long enough that it's not going to affect me. If she comes back today and says, hey, Dan, I want to put in an offer, great. I'm not going to tell the seller, hey, I had a shitty conversation with this lady yesterday. This offer is going to be garbage. No, I'm going to present the offer in its best light because that's my job. And sometimes people just have who knows? She might have had a rough afternoon. She might have just found out that her son fell and tripped at school and broke his finger. I don't know. She's just rough. Or maybe her client's just a jackwagon to her and she's taking it out on me. I don't know. But I can't let my emotions get involved. What I can do is answer questions, provide insight, protect my client. If I'm the buyer side, I'm not going to say, well, there's 10 other houses that they can look at. But I will bring up a term called the BATNA. Have you guys ever heard that term, BATNA?
No.
The better alternative to a net agreement. BATNA. Because here's how that conversation goes. Well, I appreciate that the seller doesn't have a number in mind, and I don't know if we want to put out the first number. If this doesn't work for my client, there's another one that they're really interested in. We might just go that route. How does that sound versus well, there's 10 other lots I can show them before putting an offer on this one.
Yeah.
Do we see how the change in polarity happens?
So don't take a BATNA to the conversation.
Yeah, take a BATNA to the conversation. Break it down. Because that's the thing is if you got somebody that's now here's the other side of that.
That was the daddest of dad jokes.
The daddest of dad jokes. It was fantastic from a dad dog. Dog dad.
Dog dad.
A dog dad. Now, we started the conversation off. You remember, she loves it. I was all in because I knew she was out looking at the house today. So she called me. The first thing is, oh, did she like it? Oh, yeah, she loves it. It needs a little bit of work. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's ugly. It needs a lot of work. Because we know the trailer is gross, disgusting, and ugly. It needs a lot of work. That's why we have priced it so low, because it needs a lot of work. But also, am I going to call someone and say, oh, they absolutely love your property, we're going to put an offer in?
Nope.
What have I just done?
Put the ball in your court.
Gave up some negotiating power.
Yeah, right there. I just gave away my buyer's interest. So if I have a BATNA in place, if I have another option in place, here's how it plays. Hey, Trey, thank you so much for letting us check out your house. Buyers liked it. There's another option they're thinking about. If this one can work, great. Let's put a deal together. Now, when I put an offer together, you take it to your seller. What are you saying?
Hey, they're looking at some other places.
But
what do you want to do?
Right.
But they're interested in this one.
But they are interested in this one and they want to make a deal work.
Yeah. But if I come to you and say, hey, Christina, my client loves your house. We're going to get an offer over to you soon. What do you take to your seller?
We're going to clean the floor with these guys.
We got some suckers.
Right? Get them, suckers. Right? Like, I know for me, it's hard to not get excited for your clients on the phone. Oh, they love the house. It was amazing. It's perfect for them. You have to wait 34 days to say that. Because that's offer day, response day, opening day, 30 days of escrow, closing day. Then you can tell the listing agent, man, this house was perfect for my buyers. I'm so excited for them. Anytime before then, you risk giving away a little bit of negotiating power. Especially in inspections too, right? Oh, you guys saw the house. You said it was perfect. Now you're working against yourself. Now, I do this for almost any interaction that I possibly can because I'm trying to make myself better. I have Follow Up Boss as my CRM because it records my critical phone calls. If it's not a critical phone call through and critical, I mean like an agent, a broker call, or a client, and someone calls my cell phone and I know it's an important conversation, I'll record it with my AI recorder called Plot. It's this little device here. It's pretty fantastic. And what I'll do is I'll take that conversation, the entire transcript, and I'll put it in my AI because I have built a self-coaching portal or in there, either it be ChatGPT, Perplexity, BrokerBot, or anything that you use. Create an environment and say, hey, this is how the conversation went. Tell me what I did well. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what I can do better. Raise your hand if you like to be criticized.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Thursdays. I want somebody, and in this case happens to be my AI, to be my second pair of eyes. Somebody that I can drop this conversation in and say, okay, what did I do well? So what did I do well on that call, right? I did not anchor on the adjacent lot. That's the correct negotiating posture. Never put out the first number. Why? Because you're negotiating against yourself, especially if you're the seller. At a buyer side, go in lower than you expect them to sell it for. Why? That's an anchor. If they want 100,000, I'm going to offer them 60. Oh, no, 60 is too low. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Where can we go from? What wouldn't be too low? What would work for the seller? It's got to be more than that. How much more than that? Let me see what I can do, right? That starts a conversation. I kept the burden on the buyer, which is where it's supposed to be. Didn't let her drag me into pricing something the seller hasn't committed to, right? That's discipline, right? I didn't escalate the volume. Later in the call, she accuses me of hostility and raising my voice, and I was like, I stayed pretty measured the entire time. I lost leverage when I jokingly said the house was gross, terrible, disgusting inside, needs a lot of work, because the buyer was excited about it. And AI says you created friction early. I was like, no, I created a joking matter because we both knew the house was garbage. I'm surprised they went inside. You can smell it from the outside. So it said, even jokingly, that shift the vibe to combative. Okay, maybe it's on me. And she said, yeah, it's definitely a project, but it's a unique one. We're back on track.
Speaking of negotiations, Dan, I negotiated an error yesterday. I told you about that property that they're willing to carry at 6%.
Yes.
I called them and she said, I just was following up if you were still interested. And I said, I said, except for I made an error. It says 6% now. Was it 4% earlier? She goes, no, it was always 6%. I said, oh, that's my mistake. Then I apologize. I thought it was 4%. And it said, I'll try to even make the math work at 4%, but I'm still struggling a little bit. She goes, oh, okay, no problem. She calls me back later. She says, well, I talked to my husband. We'd be willing to do 4%.
Yeah.
It's a strategy.
That's a strategy.
It wasn't on purpose.
No, it's just you're throwing out a number. So what you did, Jim, is you threw out a number that made sense to you. I like your property. I just don't like the price. Or you know what? I like the deal. I just don't like the rate. And what you did is you threw out the anchor. Well, you know what? I thought it was 4%. I'm sorry. I see it's 6% now. And I love that, Jim. I was trying to make the numbers work at 4%, which subliminally, my brain's not working, subliminally told the buyer, the seller, that the deal doesn't work at your list price and 4%. So where do we need to change? You're already putting numbers out there.
After doing our math, I shot him a 475 with a 7-year carry at 4%.
Yeah.
And I told him if they can do that deal, I'll do both.
That's solid. That's solid. It's $100,000 out of Jim's pocket. Let's do it. But one thing that Jim didn't do is get a hold of the seller and they, oh, no, that's not going to work for me. No, he put a number out there and says, I was trying to make it work at this number. The human brain is designed to find patterns. Can you find patterns in the unknown? Can you find patterns in the undisclosed? Can you find patterns in the, oh, we can't work with that? No. But can you find patterns in, oh, 4%, I'm trying to make it work around that? You know what? Your list price was a little high. I'm trying to make the numbers work, right? We're creating a pattern. Oh, if this price doesn't work, maybe this price will. There is a lot of opportunity for us to grow by asking questions of how did I do? What could I have done better? So conversations via text and email, you can do the same thing. Upload them into your AIs and say, hey, score me on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know what I can improve on. And then take that to heart and practice it. There is a lot of growth to be had. Do you agree? Raise your hand if you're exactly where you need to be in life. Everyone raise your hand. Everyone, because you're exactly where you need to be right now. But it's not where you're going to end. Because you're going to get better. You're going to do something to make yourself better. And honestly, the first thing I did when I got home was tell my wife about this. And she walked me through it. She goes, yeah, honey, sometimes when you sharpen your tone, it sounds like yelling, even though your volume hasn't increased. And she's like, and to a female that might be a little emotional in the conversation, that can be aggressive. I was like, I appreciate that feedback because I really hope my wife is a female and she understands the female mind. I'm not. So the first person I go to is someone that has a completely different communication understanding than I do. Feedback so that I can improve. You guys remember the John Maxwell thing, right? We fail, we learn, we test, we re-enter. And that's how we get better. We take what we're doing. If it didn't work, we improve upon it by investigating, learning different things, asking questions. We test it, we practice it, we talk about it. Then we re-enter the market at a higher understanding. Now, the next time I have a conversation when someone wants to throw an offer out there, I can say, hey, I understand your buyer's looking for some certainty. I wish I could give that to them. If they need something with more flexibility, this might not be the property for them. But if they're willing to put an offer out there, I'll gladly give it to my seller and see what they say. Even if it's a verbal, even if it's in text, right? Give me something to work with. Now, these are word scripts, but they create emotions. I'm glad I got to share that with you guys this morning because sometimes having a real conversation like that becomes where you can hear in action, not just in principle.
That was excellent, Dan. I really enjoyed that.
I actually needed a conversation because I've been going through the same situation this week. So definitely needed.
One of the things I can tell you guys is part of my disc profile is a high DIC. What does DIC spell? You can say it quietly in your head. Dan, you're a
okay. Funny.
Right? One of my things is when somebody challenges me, I become more rigid. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things I know is because as an adult, I have learned that, things are not going to bug me. But when somebody pushes me, when somebody's trying to emotionally strike me or physically strike me, I become more rigid. Why? Because it's a defense thing for me. Oh, now we're fighting? I'm going to square up.
It's like me. That's too much like me.
And that you and I are a lot alike, Eric. So that's one of the things I've got to work on is that softening. When someone pushes, just sway. Let them push past you. Don't engage like that. It's strength in business to be rigid and non-movable in some of the things, especially in negotiation, because you're not going to show weakness or you're not going to give away stuff. But when it comes to some agent to agent or agent to client conversation, stiffness or immovability reads as superiority. And do we have enough of that in our business? Enough of the agents out there that are just, I've been doing this for 40 years. You don't know what you're doing. I'm a licensed general contractor. These stairs are supposed to be 36 inches wide and the railing's supposed to be 34 inches tall. And they're supposed to have a 3.5-degree tilt front to back, 18 inches overlay. Shut up, dude. Who cares?
That's my favorite, is when an inspector looks at a house built in 1953 and points out all the things that aren't up to code.
Right. Why don't you rebuild this house now? Okay.
Right.
Do me a favor, go put on your socks, go kick rocks. Oh, here's a huge win. I caught my wife saying that the other day. Telling someone to go kick rocks. Loved it.
Has she not used it before?
Oh, she does, just not as often. And she said,
What's
I don't care.
talking to
You put on
you?
your go put on some socks and go kick rocks.
I
All
started
that's
talking to you.
fantastic. So the big takeaway from all of this, and AI says, is the more relaxed you are, the more dominant you become. Calm always wins. I'm not trying to dominate the call as like be the boss. I'm trying to win for my client. And a win might be giving away a little bit to get an offer. We had 4 offers in hand. I don't need to give away anything. I need to have a buyer that goes, hey, we want it. This is our offer. You know what? That would be the 3rd offer in place. But when they're like, nope, can't work with that, that's fine.
My favorite is they say, what can we do to not get a counter?
Yeah, here was the line that I got here. The brutal truth, you weren't hostile, you were rigid. And rigidity feels like hostility to insecure people.
Fair.
It says, if you had softened 5% in tone, you would have won a better conversation.
How do you soften 5% versus 7%?
I don't know. But one thing I can tell you guys is learn, be vulnerable. Do a scripting call with yourself, or have it. A lot of the AIs have where you can do text to talk.
Mhm.
Find out what you're missing in the conversations. And if you have the investment and you have the money in your budget, get an AI recording device or something you can use. Or I know Command has something for like $20 a month where it's called the Proficiency or something like that. It's an AI support tool for you and everything. Now you want an email verification? This is so dumb. I
Do we
hate
have
it.
broker roundtable today?
We do. Broker roundtable at 9 o'clock. So, all right, my friends, join us on the broker roundtable if you want. You know what? Rachel shows up a lot. She does a lot of things to help herself out. So it is not just for brokers, it's for everyone. To access it, just go to kcntraining.com.
Oh yeah, I do. I wasn't sure if you're talking about me or not.
Rachel on the call right now. Do we have another Rachel that comes in? No, I think you're the only one. We don't have a lot of repeat names. I mean, we have Jesses. We have a lot of Jesses, but I love them. Love them all. So, but Jess Hoberg is the most.
They are the yep.
She's
They are the best.
So the number 1. She's number 2 in my life, but she's number 1 on the call. Was today worth your time?
Definitely.
Do you want me to bring more of these type of situations to you?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, Dan.
If you have recorded calls or something like that, and you want to do a deep dive publicly on it, we can do it. Like I know I have one from your team, Eric. That's from an agent that's not on the call that I would love to bring on because there's a lot of opportunity to learn from it.
You could use mine. You could use any of mine.
If you got one you think would be ideal, but you think, I bombed it or I crushed it, send it to me. We can do it. I think Thursdays need to be situational based learning.
Yeah, I got a few.
In the WhatsApp, you're free to use.
What's that?
I put one in the WhatsApp. You're free to use.
Yep, I saw that one too. I was going to do that too. So, all right, kcntraining.com. I'll see